Yeah, morning all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 10 plus years of experience in Python environment. My experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yeah, we are visual and voice is also your clear.
Fine, thank you. So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. Why Python? Already we have got many other programming languages. Why again Python? And that too, Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. But why all of a sudden Python has got great boom and why Python is suddenly super popular? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. If you go back like 10 to 15 years, like if you go back 2010 or 2005, nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python. But why all of a sudden Python has got great reasons which makes it super popular? Okay, that I'll be discussing in brief. Who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for Python, right? There are no prerequisites for Python. Anyone can update with Python. Python syntaxes looks like normal English statements. Right. So anybody can update with Python. So how Python was built? See, Python was built or Python was derived by taking the features and advantages from different other programming languages. It has taken some features, some advantages from one programming. It has taken some features or some advantages from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features and advantages. Python real-time applications. Python real-time, what kind of applications are we are going to develop by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Okay, before you update with any technology, you need to know mainly used for what kind of applications. That particular, right? Python is mostly used for developing what kind of applications, right? And Python usage, who are using Python today? Topmost companies using Python and topmost applications built using Python. See this Python 3, yes, Chandu M, right? So I'll be Python 3 version is the mostly used, right? From since 2008, Python 3 version is used. Still we are going with 3 version, right? Python, the version what we are using, 3 version. From 2008 onwards, from last 16 years, we are using the 3 version only. Previously, we have got 1 version, 2 version, all this, right? But from the 3rd version onwards, it became very much popular. Python has got popular. Previous versions of Python, 1 version, 2 versions, they were not very much used. Just I'll give a small example, right? So you can see Java. Java is the king of programming. Java is the mostly used programming. Java, if you see, if you go back like 2010, if you go back to 2010, compare Java and Python. Java is 43% used in the industry. In 2010, Java is 43% used in the industry. Same in 2010, if you compare Python, just 3% used in the industry. But if you go back 2020, Python, the usage of Python has increased to 31% now. The usage of Python has increased to 31%. Now Python is the #1 ranked programming language. Python is the #1 ranked programming language. mostly used programming language. Okay. So just you can open Google and check, right? Just open Google and check. Popular coding language currently. Popular, just say popular coding language. Hmm. Okay, just see the results for this. Just I'm taking this, right? Popular coding language. The most popular programming languages. Just check this. The most popular programming language. Python stands first with more usage now. Next comes Java. Next comes the other programming, right? You see multiple results for this. Python remains the most popular programming language. Python mostly used. Next comes Java, JavaScript. If you see most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorns. Python, next comes Java, next comes JavaScript. Yes, Java and JavaScript are not same. Okay, and here, most in demand programming language of 2022, Python, based on LinkedIn job postings in USA and Europe. Observe here, based on LinkedIn job postings of US and Europe, Python is the number one ranked, mostly used. Next comes Java and JavaScript. Yes. The most popular programming languages, if you see, Python stands first now. Next comes JavaScript and Java. And see, not only Python in this course, it's a Python full stack also will be discussed, right? Means all apart from Python, Python framework also is going to be covered. So along with the Python framework means Python web development, Python full stack web development. So I'm going to cover this JavaScript also. See, Python stands first. Next comes the JavaScript, right? So JavaScript also I'm going to cover in this Python full stack web development, right? People who choose only Python, okay, you can choose only Python. If you want to go for Python full stack web development, so along with the Python framework Django, I am going to give you 3 to 4 things freely. One is JavaScript. I am going to discuss freely, right? Total JavaScript, not like a overview, right? In brief, I'll be discussing because whenever you develop a web application, you need to have the knowledge about this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. So all these things I'll be discussing freely if you're people going for full stack web development, Python full stack, right? Okay, so Python and JavaScript and Java are the, yes. See this multiple results for this, right? Most in demand programming languages. This is not prepared by me. I opened Google and showing you, right? Most in demand programming languages of 2021, 22. Python, next comes Java and JavaScript. See, hmm, see more results of this, right? Python, you see the usage of Python currently. Just now I said in 2010, Python is not at all used. Java is the mostly used one. Now Python, right? Python, Java, JavaScript. If you see the talk of the industry, right? Data science, machine learning, deep learning, AI, all this, they never prefer Java programming. You can observe Python is the coding language. Total, they are implemented, they are coded with Python. The prerequisites for all those data science, ML, all this, right? Python is the prerequisites where Python is providing many modules for that plottings, visualizations, data analysis. Python not only used for a particular environment, it is not purpose based. Any kind of applications can be developed using Python today, right? 89,300 modules Python is providing for different environments or domains. For data science or for big data or for networking, for animations, for gaming, uh, for embedded applications, for networking applications, for desktop applications, any kind of applications today we are developing using Python because of this hybrid features of Python. So this today it's a demo session. No need to make notes. Later in the next from the next session onwards, you can just make notes. If there are people who are making notes, just observe the importance of Python, the usage of Python. the applications of Python. What special features we see in Python which you won't see in other programming languages? Today I'll be discussing, right? So Python is the mostly used programming, right? Okay. And if you see the ranking, their ranking given for the different programming languages, you can see, right? Can you check here? Ranking, worldwide rankings, right? Uh, Python stands first. Next comes Java, a second JavaScript, and this all the other things, right? This is the ranking. Python is the number one ranked with a diversified number of applications creation. Even if you see 2021-22, the mostly used ranked Python, Java, JavaScript. Previously, Java is the number one ranked, but today, if you see, there are some things where Java is not preferred, especially if you see in the automations, right, in data science, in AI, all this, Java is never preferred. But okay, for enterprise applications creations, both Python and Java are the mostly used programming even today. Even Java is mostly used even in the enterprise application. Even if you see, there are many, even in the see this number of top 39 US computer science departments that use language to teach introductory courses. Python is the mostly used language to teach introductory courses, right? Yes, next comes Java, MATLAB, other things, right? And here, if you see, if you just observe generally, general discussions, which programming language should you learn? Which programming language should you learn, right? Yes. Can you see here? Python, JavaScript for web-based, right? Python, JavaScript. So yes, as part of this course, as already I said, I'll be also covering JavaScript in this. Um, Next, you may also go for how are the jobs for Python. That is also important, right? The technology which has got more jobs and see this language rank. Python stands as the number one ranked. Yes. So I cannot say everything Python. I cannot boost Python. I cannot say the Python is great always. All kind of applications you can develop using Python. Any kind of applications or what all the other programming languages are doing, everything Python can do, except one limitation you can see. Python is very less used in mobile applications. That's why you won't see the mobile symbol here. For C, you can see the mobile symbol, right? Yes. Can you see the for Java, you can see the mobile for all this, you can see the mobile. For Python, you cannot see the mobile symbol, right? Except the mobile application. If anybody asks what is the limitation, what is that means? Very less used in mobile applications. Apart from that, for all the remaining applications, automation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. Yes, all the other kind of applications you can develop using Python. Okay. And see this um, ranking by average salary. What is the ranking by average salaries, right? Python stands first, even in the salaries, right? Next comes JavaScript and Java, even by number of job openings. So here, just check this. Python, ranking by volume of job openings. Python, right? Next, SQL, Java, JavaScript, C++, all these are the right. Yes, someone asked a query, right? 1 second there. Okay. So here, for I'll be giving for your general queries, I'll be giving time, right? Today, if we talk where Python is used, which applications you can develop, what kind of applications you can develop, all I'll be briefing you, right? Yes. Now coming back to our discussion, why Python? What Python comparison with other programming? Python comparison with other programming and reasons why Python is suddenly super popular and Python scope and job market. This is what I'll be discussing in today's and tomorrow's session, right? And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular and the scope of Python, job market of Python, right? Yes. So starting with why Python, right? I define Python in 5 lines. It's general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming, right? So before Python, there were some programming languages. If you heard about the programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL. So these languages, they are purpose-based languages. These are purpose-based languages. These are used for a specific purpose. These are used for a specific purpose. Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL for business applications. Means these languages, they are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming language. A language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming, right? Any kind of applications, automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, networking applications. In this way, Python is used in developing any kind of applications. That's why we call it as general purpose programming. But it's not like purpose based, it's not for a particular purpose. Multi-programming features we see in Python, right? Multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings, all the features we see here in Python. Because of these multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. And Python is a high-level language. Python is a high-level language, right? What do you mean by high level? Okay. There are two types of languages. Right? Mm. Low level language is low level language and high level languages. High level languages. Example of low level languages. Low level languages like machine level language, assembly level language. These languages, right? Assembly level language or machine level language, machine understandable language, right? Yes. These languages, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. You cannot understand that low level languages, and they are not portable. You cannot carry from one system to other, right? They are not portable, and mainly machine dependent. These are machine dependent. Machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. Low level languages, they cannot run on, they are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. High level languages like Python. High level languages like Python, they are human understandable, they are portable and machine independent. Python statements look like normal English statements, I said. They're easily understandable, human understandable. That is, they are portable, they can be carried from anywhere, and it can run on any system. Platform independent. Platform independent. Can run on all the hardware and all the operating system, right? So Python is a high level language. And one more, interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language. Interpretation and compilation. We have got two types, right? Interpretation languages and compilation languages. Just observe. Compilation and interpretation. Compilation interpretation. If you got some lines of code, in the case example of compilation, C language. Example of interpretation, Python. Compilation means if you got some 20 lines of code, all that it executes at once and displays if any errors. It says in second line you have got error, fourth line, fifth line. So it executes the entire codes and displays the errors if any. In case of Python, statement by statement execution, statement by statement, it won't execute all the statements at once. Interpretation, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy, right? Means if you got error in this statement, it won't execute the remaining statement. It will stop, execution stops here. That we call abnormal termination. Terminating the program in the middle without executing up to the last statement. So here it like it won't display it, you won't get the second error here. The first error it will stop it. That is interpretation, line by line execution. User friendly programming or programmer friendly programming. User friendly or programmer friendly means people generally choose a programming language which is simple and easy, right? Means I said it looks like normal English statements. It looks like normal English statements, right? Yes. And very less coding you see in Python. Very less coding you see in Python and simple syntax is given by Python. So I'll just take a task and I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages. And I'll just show you not even 1/4 coding you see in Python as compared with other programmings. 100 lines of Java code, we can write within 15 to 20 lines in Python. 20 lines of Java code, we can write within 4 to 5 lines in Python. I'll just take an example and show you how simple the Python statements, very less code, simple syntaxes, right? That's why we are calling user-friendly programming. Okay. So Python is a general purpose. Any kind of applications we can develop, not for a particular purpose. It has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programming, we see in Python. It's a high-level language, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent, interpreted line by line execution, and user-friendly programming language. Yes. Now, I'll just expand more on this multi-programming. That is, you won't see all these features in any other languages, right? Uh, Python has Python has got, what features Python has got, what programming features Python has got. Python has first thing, procedural oriented programming features. Procedural oriented programming features. Example like C language. Object oriented programming features. Object oriented programming features. Example like, okay, object oriented programming like C++, Java. Now, scripting features like Linux shell script, like shell script, and modular programming features. Modular programming features like Modular 3, like Modular 3. Observe, like C language, like C++, like Java, like shell script, like mod. We can develop different varieties of applications here in Python. So because of this multi programming features, we call it as hybrid language. So if we compare Java and Python, This Python and Java are the two major programming languages used today for enterprise applications creations. Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming, right? They are restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, there is no Java programmer application. Without a class or a object, there is no Java programmer application. But in Python, with object oriented, without object oriented, with procedural oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. It is not compulsory or it is not restricted to use only object oriented. In Python, we can use any of this programming. So as part of our course, I'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming. Today, as I was saying, right, Python is the number one ranked because if you see scripting, right, where we write automation scripts using Python in even in AWS DevOps, in IoT, in robotics, we write scripts, Python scripts, right? Okay. And for developing web applications, object-oriented programming is preferred. And even in big data or data analytics or in data science, all this they are using Python as the implementation language. And that too, programmers or developers are migrating towards Python because of its very less coding, that too simple syntaxes, right? Okay. And here, modular programming, Python has got a great boom today because of this modular programming concept. Today, if you see lot of boom for Python because of this modular programming, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different domains. Whatever environment or whatever domain you are from, Python is providing a module. For example, if I talk about these modules, yes, for data science, right? For data science, Python is providing separate modules for data science, right? Like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn. So Python modules are used, right, for data analysis, predictions, right? Even in big data environment, where Python is providing modules like PySpark package, right? Separate modules Python is providing for this big data environments, not only for all the environments, whether like computer applications, non-computer applications, Python has got modules for administrations, for electronics, for civil environment like CAD, 3D CAD applications, for networking, Python. For networking, Python not only providing separate framework, Twisted Python is the framework Python is providing even for testing or for test cases. Python has got separate modules. And for operating system, the name of the module itself is OS. In Python, we have got OS module. Using that, by writing Python code only, you can perform everything. I can remove a directory by writing Python code. I can create a directory by writing Python code. I can list out what is present within a particular directory by writing Python code. I can rename a directory by writing Python code, right? So everything by writing Python scripts only, we can perform all those. And not only that, right? For every database, Python is providing a module. It is very simple to connect with the database using Python, not as complex as other programmings where you need to have a lot of knowledge before you connect with the database. But here, Python to connect with any database, for connecting with Oracle, it is CX underscore Oracle module. Just import it and yeah, just it can be connected. So just 1 minute of discussion is enough to just connect with the database using Python. And for MySQL, you have got PyMySQL, MySQL dot connector, right? And similarly for SQL Server, Yes, it is providing PyODBC. There's a module. Using these modules, you can easily connect with any database, a simple way. And also, if you work with the files, you're taking the input from the files. You want to work with any types of files, Excel file, separate modules Python has got for this. By writing a Python code, I can generate a Excel workbook. I'll execute a Python code. Go and check, a Excel workbook will be created. Excel file is created at whatever location you have specified. By writing Python code, I can create sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 within the Excel. I can write data into sheet 3 by writing Python code only. I can read data from sheet 1. So in this way, all kind of operations will be not only Excel files, CSV, comma separated values files, XML files, JSON files. The name of the module itself is JSON. The name of the module itself is CSV. Separate modules available for all this, right? For even writing Python code for creating a PDF file, PDF module is available. And for generate mathematical operations, math module. For statistical operations, we have got Python is providing. And for generating graphs, any type of graph, the tomorrow session, I'll just show you without any knowledge of Python, right? How simple generating graph, easily you can understand generating graphs in Python. Normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plots, stack plots, pie graph. Any types of graphs you can generate by using Python, right? Yeah. So in this way, just these are some examples, right? In this way, thousands of modules Python is providing for different environments, right? Like 89,300 modules Python is providing for different environments. Okay. Now, I was just saying, right? What kind of applications you can build today by using Python? You need to clearly understand where Python is used today and why Python is #1 ranked programming today, and why using Python diversified number of applications we can create. If you talk about any high-end technology, so Python is the implementation language which is used, right, to code with. Like data science with Python, big data like Spark with Python, PySpark, writing automation scripts in this IoT, robotics, and DevOps, and web applications creations using Python, right? The usage of Python has increased a lot. Just before I was showing you, right? If you compare, I said if you go back like 10 years or 15 years, only 3% usage of Python. Nobody knows that there was a programming like Python, but today it's mostly used. And Python real-time applications. Python real-time applications, right? What kind of applications we are developing today by using Python? Today, Python mostly used in creation of web applications. You may ask a query, Python, sorry, Java, .NET, all this from the last 20 years, they are developing web applications. Why again Python today? Python, it has got a framework called Django framework. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application using this framework. It has got many flexible features. It has got its own database also like SQLite. It has got its own database. It has got its own application server, many flexible features. What all the .py files, Python files required for your project, everything it is going to generate automatically, right? So it is going to take care of all that, right? Django, because of this Django framework, right? Web applications creations has made very easy. At a rapid speed, you can develop web applications, right? That is second. Python is mostly used in automation applications. Automation applications, example like data science, right? In data science, in IoT, in DevOps environment, writing automation scripts, right? But talk about this IoT, right? It is a physical network or device embedded with software, embedded with sensors, electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Simply, if I say in a simple way, electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other, right? So here, Python script. So Python script is used. And even in data science, right? Everything deals with the data, using data, right? We can, data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, data recommendations, right? It's a blend of technique. Data science is a blend of technique. The main technique what we see here in data science, ML, machine learning, right? The main technique what we see in ML, machine learning. So machine learning, we have got many techniques available, ML techniques, regression, classification, clustering, pattern matching, right? Many techniques are. To implement all the techniques, to implement all the algorithms, right? We require a language. We require a language, right? So Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used programming for implementing this ML, machine learning, deep learning, right? Techniques where Python is providing many modules for it, like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib for plottings, right? Using which we can perform data analysis, data predictions, classifications, even in DevOps environment, right? Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? Using which we can write many scripts, right? Automations. Apart from this, even in big data environment, right? Python is mostly used, mostly chosen, right? So today, if we see, most of the applications are generating data, not in MBs or GBs or TBs. Beyond that, like petabytes of data. Talk about the Facebook generating data in petabytes. YouTube storing the videos, right? Petabytes of data. Google, Google queries, Twitter tweets, Flipkart, Amazon, e-commerce transactions, bank transactions, telecom transactions. So huge data in petabytes, right? To handle that huge data, right? We have got these big data technologies, right? Like Hadoop and Spark. Talk about Hadoop and Spark, right? Especially Spark, very high speed processing technology, which is going to process huge data in quick time. So Spark using is a execution model implemented using Python language. We say like PySpark, Spark with Python implementation, right? It has very, which has got a great boom in today's market. At a high speed, it can process the data, that too huge data. Yes. Apart from this, Python is also used graphical user interface or for animation applications where it has got modules like TK Inter, this PyQt or some modules used for it. Apart from this, Python is used scientific applications, right? In scientific applications, for the scientific applications, it has got a module like CP, right? Scientific Python, and even for numerical analysis, right? Python, it has got a module like NumPy. Yes. So not simply just even for Python today is more lot of using Python. Pygame is the framework providing. Please confirm whether my voice is clear or not. Okay, fine. Audio and video applications, right? For developing audio and video applications. So as part of the course, I said I'll be showing you some audio and video applications, how we develop, right? Web develop. Akila, be in mute. Yeah, please be in mute, right? Just I'll take 10 more minutes and I'll be just what I'm going to cover as part of the course, how this course highlights what I'm going to cover, right? The course content, everything I'll be briefing you, right? Just 5-10 minutes more. Audio and video applications we can develop, I said. And Python is also used for CAD applications, 3D CAD applications, separate models Python is providing for it. And also for embedded applications, right? The most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python, right? Yes. And for data analysis, for robotics with Python, you can see the salary packages, more than 40 lakhs packages available for it. Robotics with Python. And for desktop applications, right? Desktop applications creation, single user console applications, right? So in this way, Python is used in different applications creations. It's not for a particular purpose. It is not purpose based. It is a general purpose. Any kind of applications you can develop. Mostly used in automation applications, web applications, in gaming applications. These are all right. Just who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? Right. Topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python, right? So yes, Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example for Python web application. Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was rewritten in Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber using Python. Uber pricing algorithm is implemented using Python and ML. Yahoo using Python. Instagram is built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram for choosing Python is Python hybrid features. NASA using Python for its research and development activities, where Python has got multi-programming features. Some other applications like Quora. We heard about these applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox. All this they are using Python. They are built using Python. Topmost OTT platform Netflix using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related things. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games, right? Which uses Python. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python. iRobot for military and commercial operations. And companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these they use Python for hardware testing purpose. So in this way, these are some of the examples right where Python is used. And before I go right, reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Means why all of a sudden Python has got super popular, right? The first thing is very less code you see in Python. Just I'll show you with some examples in the tomorrow session. Simple syntaxes, even very less coding. Even if you see like shell script, but if you have got less code, but it looks very complex to understand, right? But simple syntaxes looks like normal English statements. And one more important feature of Python, interactive mode. Interactive mode, right? We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Just like how you interact with your friend, you are getting response. The same way Python giving response for every statement you type. For example, in the bottom search panel, I'm typing CMD. Just I'm typing Python here if Python is already installed, right? You'll get the Python version 3.12 and this Python interpreter three arrow symbol. Now you type any valid statements, it gives the response. I'm asking Python what is 3 plus 5. In other programming, until you create a .java file or .c file, you cannot execute. But here directly I can interact. Okay, I'm asking 23 into 56, it gives the output. What is x value is 10. No need to define the data types also here in Python. X, Y, 5. What is x? What is y? What is x plus y? X minus y, x into y, x by y. In this way, directly you can interact with Python, interactive mode. This kind of interactive mode you won't see in other programmings. X into 2, 10 into 2. X to the power means double star. X equal to hello. I want to print hello into 3, 3 times hello. X into 5, hello for 5 times. So simple, looks like normal English statements I said. No need to define the data types. No, you won't see huge codings here. We have got interactive mode and the other multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings, we see in Python, I said, right? Multi-programming features. Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of, just now I discussed, right? What kind of applications, wide varieties. Applications we can create using Python. And many built-in libraries, many built-in modules. Many built-in modules we see, many built-in libraries we see in Python, right? 89,300 modules we see in Python, right? Used for different environment, which makes this Python super popular. Very less code, simple syntax, we can interact, interactive mode, multi-programming features, wide varieties of applications, many built-in modules. These are the reasons which makes it. Just now I opened Google and show you, right? Popular coding language, mostly used programming language, right? Okay. Now see the course content, right? What I'm going to discuss as part of this course. In brief, in depth, right? Yes. Python basics, why Python, histories, applications, features, advantages, versions, installations, flavors. So tomorrow also you can attend the session same time using the same link, right, everyone, to see more on this. And Python operations, modes, batch mode, interactive mode, editors, and different IDEs, integrated development environment, Python data types, constants, variables, comments, input output statements, escape sequences, strings, operators in Python, and different types of IDEs. I'm going to show you on different IDEs, not on one IDE. So every 10 days, I'll be showing you one IDE, right? Unlike other programming, other training sites. So I'll be showing you on PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, Jupyter Notebook, right? And flow control statements, basic Python, looping statements, strings, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, Python list, list indexing, list properties, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested lists, right? Python tuples, right? Right, tuple properties, tuple creations, different ways of creating tuples, nested tuples, tuple methods, right? Yes. And Python sets, set properties, sets creation, set functions, similarly for dictionary operations, and functions in Python, arguments, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, variable length arguments, lambda function, reduce function, map function, filter function, zip function, different types of functions in Python, modules in Python, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, right? Package in Python, packages, errors and exceptions, right? Types of errors, file handling, reading, writing, appending, different file handling modes, object-oriented programming concepts in brief. Just I have given the headings, encapsulation, abstractions, static, non-static variables, constructors, destructors, methods, and inheritance, polymorphism, overriding, right? All this with multiple examples. And regular expression, right? How to extract data from the given data. Database connectivity, Python, how to connect with database. I'll also show the installation of one database, right? And also working with the SQL statements, later connecting to Python and Python date and time. I'm going to show you different modules related to different environments, right? So here datetime module, OS module, working with operating system, graphically advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closer, decorator, web scraping, graphical user interface, right? Yes. Excel workbook, working with Excel files, data analytics like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, introduction to data science. And apart from this, pandas module in brief, numpy module in brief, matplotlib module in brief. 30 topics. This is going to be discussed for Python, right? So which includes different modules related to different environments, right? Some models I'm discussing on this data science, some models on this graphics, some on this operating system, some on this databases, right? And how to create our own modules will become. Apart from this, people who wants to go for Python full stack web development, right? So you'll be given knowledge on Django, web frameworks, installations, project architecture, application creation, views, templates, admin, Django models, advanced concepts, right? And here in Django, I'll be discussing nearly 15 to 20 applications creations where you will be doing parallelly along with me. You'll be developing 15 applications, right? Where you will be getting the output for all that with hands-on. Apart from that, you will be given knowledge on UI technologies, I said, HTML in brief, CSS in brief, JavaScript in brief, and also knowledge on this MySQL, right? Yes. Just 1 minute. So here, as part of this course and the duration, right? Python, people who wants Python, right? Where Python core, Python advanced, Python application oriented modules. Total Python core and advanced and application oriented modules. Nearly 70 hours I'm going to spend. Not like it's not a 45 hours, 70 hours. It takes 2 months for this. And it's an offer, right? Uh, just for 5,000, the course fee for it. In this, I'm going to cover main important modules like even pandas, numpy, matplotlib, plot, all this are going to be covered. Yes. Apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack web development, full stack, right? Python full stack. You'll be given knowledge on web development, UI technologies, right? First, you'll be given knowledge on this web development like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Apart from this, the Django framework of Python, right? Like here you will be developing applications, 15 applications developed, will be developing using this Django. And apart from this, will be given knowledge on this REST API and a project. So for all this, right, it takes 60 hours more, takes 2 months more for that. And actually, for all these things, the fee structure is 7,000 for this web development, Django REST API and project. So totally you will take 130 hours, takes 4 months if you want to go for full stack. And course if you are going separately, right? Python and web development separate, this thing separately for taking, it's 12K is that. But if you take entire package at once, it's 10K is the fee for the entire Python, web development, Django, REST API project, all these things, right? And if people who are unable to spare 4 months, so Monday to Friday, the classes, sometimes on Saturdays I'll be taking, but Monday to Friday. But Saturday and Sunday, there will be some weekend batches for this web development, Django, right? If you want to attend parallel, you can attend where you can complete in 2.5 months. You are going parallelly. Once you get enrolled in the full stack, you can attend any of my Django batch, that web development batch, right? Any of my batch you can attend. So, and what are the offerings from my side, right? So every session video you are going to get, you'll be getting the free recordings. You'll be getting all the recordings free. Uh, Video, every session video that day itself you'll be getting, and class notes, soft copy of the notes you'll be getting, and assignments and tasks to work. You need to build your, getting the output is not the criteria. You need to build your own code for that. Assignments and tasks will be provided, and a WhatsApp group will be created for technical discussions. If you get any errors, you can take the snap of it and you can post it. Anybody can answer. I'll be answering it. So video, notes, tasks, and WhatsApp, right? And let me make it clear about the timings. The timings of this batch, let me once again before you go with the payment. For the first 1 week or 10 days, for the first 1 week or 10 days, right? It will be at 8 a.m. Later after that, the starts at 7 a.m., right? Starts at 7 a.m. up to the end of the course. So for the first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 8 a.m. Starts at 8 a.m. But after that 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 7 a.m. up to the end of the course. Because so the people who wants to go for web development, mostly in the mornings, Saturday and Sunday mornings, the batches will be there. Where can you find the recordings? Recordings, right? Once, see, for next 2-3 days, you people can attend freely, right? To check the training levels. Next tomorrow, day after tomorrow, also, if people can attend with the same link, you'll be provided 3 to 4 demo sessions, right? Not with 1 or 2. And later, once you people got enrolled, you'll be getting the video to your Google Drive. Every day, one video will be seen in your Google Drive. There will be a folder. In that folder, every day, one video will be added, right? Yes. The videos only you can watch. You cannot download them. You can watch the videos, right, in your Google Drive. Notes you will be getting to your mails, right, to your mails. Tasks also will be getting to your mails. A WhatsApp group for your any errors you got or anything, right? You can just directly you can interact with me in the WhatsApp. Direct interaction, right? Yes. That WhatsApp also created by me only, not by the DURGASOFT. For the students to just handle their errors, I'm creating the WhatsApp group, right? Yes. Fine. Any other queries, right? So this is the entire course structure in brief, in depth. That's why it's not 45 hours, in 70 hours. I said procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting, and modular programming. All those we are going to be covered, right? Entire thing on this Python, right? Duration of the weekend, right? Like 10 weekends, 8 to 10 weekends, right? 8 to 10 weekends means in a 2 to 2.5 months it takes, right? If you are going parallel. Yes. Otherwise, even if I'm starting any Django batch, right, immediately you can attend parallelly, either it is weekend or weekdays, right? Duration of the day in a week, daily 1 hour class, right? Daily the class will be for 1 hour, right?
This is the same case even during weekend.
Well, during the
Or
week, during the weekends, not the same time. It will be like in the mornings only it will be, but before 11, before 10 and before 10 only the classes will be there.
Okay. That to 1 hour only, right?
In weekends, weekends will be for 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. Means if you I'm talking about the web development, full stack. Python classes will be for 1 hour only, Monday to Friday. Saturday, if there is anything, it will be of 1 hour only. If sometimes if I want to take. Okay. And what will be the regular classes starts from? Regular classes starts from tomorrow itself. Today is the first session. Tomorrow. There won't be any duplication or replication. What I discussed, I'll be continuing where I stopped tomorrow, and day after tomorrow I'll be directly going with the Python installation, Python execution modes, Python versions. Directly tomorrow will be the third session, fourth session, fifth. It continues. So session 1, session 2, session 3 up to session 70, right? First 4 sessions you'll be attending, right? You can attend freely to check the training levels. Session 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions you can attend, right? Means they won't be again repeated. Both videos will be available. Yes, both videos will be available. You'll be getting the videos for all this. You'll be getting the videos for all this Python, web development, HTML, CSS, Django, REST API for all this, right? You'll be getting the videos for all this. Whenever the session completes, immediately after the session completion, within 1 hour or 2 hours time, you'll be seeing the video in your Google Drive. There is a separate team working on the videos, right? And yes, this is the course structure, right? Tomorrow also you can attend the session tomorrow and after tomorrow at same time using the same link. How long the videos will be available means the video availability for 6 months, right? Later, if you want to extend, you need to talk with the office team. Okay. And okay, tomorrow also just I'll be briefing you about Python and comparison of Python coding wise comparison with other programmings and other things I'll be discussing tomorrow. People who are from non-programming or zero programming, tomorrow session you can check the how the Python statements look, right? Yes. And from day after tomorrow, I want the sessions to be interactive, right? All the sessions are live interactive sessions. For every statement I type, you people should be responding with the expected output, whether your answers are correct or wrong. The sessions will be interactive sessions. You will be unmuting yourself and you will be through voice, you will be giving the response, everyone, right? If you got any queries, you can unmute and you can ask the query at any point during the session, or you can type in the chat panel if you have got any queries, right? Yes. And assignments and tasks to build your own code to get and also people who go for certifications, right? Python certifications also, right? How that what is that you'll be tested with the core concepts. What are the topics? What are the syllabus for it? And how your performance is measured, the duration, everything I'll be taking separately for that. Yes. Okay. Python for data analytics. Yes. See, pandas I'm covering right here. So here I'm covering pandas, a matplotlib for that. Pandas I'm covering modules for this Python for data analytics. See, Python for data analytics means totally everything goes in Python. Python core and advanced knowledge. So I also cover, right? 1 second. I also handle courses for data analytics, big data analytics, right? I also cover big data analytics. There is a separate package for that also, right? Everyone can just where I'll be covering data engineering, right? Hadoop, uh, PySpark, Spark with Python, which also covers Linux in that, and also which also covers 2 months of Python course in that, where you need to have knowledge on Python for implementing this total data analytics, right? So 2 months of Python course, you can attend any of my batch. This whatever you are attending now, the current timing also, you can attend from Monday to Friday. This one, Python is also there in that package. This Hadoop, PySpark, all this will be a weekend batch. So there is a batch, right? It's a weekend batch. For 12 weekends, it will be for this Hadoop, PySpark, and 12 weekends means for 3 months it will be discussed, where it also covers 2 months of this Python course. It's 15,000 is the fees for it. So once you enroll, you can attend any of my Python batch or any of the batches which are starting on this big data analytics, right? The fee structure is 15,000 for this. Right? Okay.
Sir, I have a last question. Like, coming to Java, we'll be having many frameworks like Spring Boot, Struts, and Hibernate. So using these frameworks, we are going to, develop the enterprise application. But
Yes.
coming to Python, we'll be having only Django, right? So will it be equally, match with the other, Java applications?
So 1 second, Python also has got many frameworks: Django, Flask, Pyramid, Bottle, TurboGear. But this is the mostly used. This is the mostly used framework among all, which has got many flexible features. Django is the mostly used. It's among all these frameworks, it is mostly used. And also Flask is used. But Django, using Django, how we are going to develop web applications, will be discussing, right? These are different frameworks for Python, but Django is the mostly used framework in Python. Okay, fine. So that is what I'm going to cover in this course. That too hands-on. It will be hands-on, right? Django, we're not watching the sessions. You'll be doing along with me parallelly, right? Yes. So I said 15 to 20 applications, right? But more than that, you'll be developing during the course. If you see any of my Django batch, Django applications, right? So if you observe this Django apps, my project 1, project 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 15 to 20, I said. Any batch, Django apps. So this is my project 1 to 20, or for some batches even I cover 25 examples. With that, you will get great command on the subject, right? How to develop these applications using Python and Django, right? You can just check the jobs for Python. People knowledge on this Django jobs are available, right? People who have got knowledge on this Django is very, very less. People who has got command on this Django framework is very less as of now. So there are many jobs available for Django, but the people who knows Django are very less. The competition is less as of now. So if you can check in the Google also, Django jobs, Python jobs, right? Lot of jobs available, right? Okay. But any other queries, right? Anyone? So even if you have got queries, we can ask in tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Don't hesitate in asking queries. All the sessions will be interactive sessions. And observe the timing of that before you do the payment, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So if I'm done with your queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, more discussion on it. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.